special, and then I want to have Marines carry that in for the 251st. I know we can't do much, but what we could do, we'll try to do.
A decent size.
The one I'm talking about is 5 feet,
Okay.
and they carry it with a pole.
Okay. All right.
Good evening, everyone. Meeting date Monday, October 6, 2025 at 6 p.m. Commission Chambers, 500 Southwest 109 Avenue. Roll call, Madam Clerk. Please stand for the invocation. In Jesus' name I pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for always granting us the gift of life, the gift of health, the gift of family, friendship, and community. Please continue to bless this great nation, this great state, this great county, and the great city of Sweetwater. Please continue to bless our residents, our employees, our great city staff, our elected officials, but most importantly, our residents. Please continue to bless our police officers, our firefighters, and the greatest military in the world. In Jesus' name, I will always pray. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, please note for the record, Commissioner Vallecillo. Item 4, special presentation. Do we have a special presentation?
She might be running a little late, Mr. President.
So we'll delay it. We'll come back whenever it's ready. Item 5, presentation of Employee of the Month. Deferred. Item 6, presentation of Officer of the Month Award.
Good evening, Major Mesa, Operations, Sweetwater Police Department. On Saturday, May 3rd, 2025, at 3:02 a.m., Officer Ignacio Menacol was dispatched to a call regarding an unresponsive elderly female. Upon arrival, he observed a man attempting to wake the woman, who showed no signs of life and was not breathing. Recognizing the urgency of the situation, Officer Menacol immediately began administering CPR. Within moments, the woman began to breathe again, and as a direct result of Officer Menacol's swift, decisive, and expertly delivered chest compressions. Soon after, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue arrived, stabilized the patient, and transported her to Kendall Regional Hospital. It should be noted that it was later determined that the patient had a history of diabetes and heart disease, medical conditions that made Officer Menacol's prompt intervention critical to her survival. Officer Menacol's actions during this life-saving incident reflect the highest standards of our department. His ability to remain calm under pressure, act decisively, and provide immediate care exemplifies the professionalism, skill, and courage we strive for in every officer. His conduct brings great credit to himself, his fellow officers, and the entire department. For these reasons, it's with great pride that we recognize Officer Ignacio Menacol as Officer of the Month, August 2025.
Commissioners, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to add one thing. It is with great gratitude and some sorrow that in a short 25 days, Officer Menacol will be retiring from the City of Sweetwater Police Department after 30-plus years of honorable service. So we are very appreciative to Officer Menacol and his many, many years of service that he has given this great city and frankly, all the citizens of this great state, because He has been an instructor for many, many years at the police academy. So it is obvious that a lot of the police officers, to include those of ranks that are all over the state of Florida, were trained by Officer Menacall. So we appreciate you. And you're not going to be missed because you're going to stay here as a reservist, helping us out with our training. So, you know, we're fortunate, but thank you very much. No problem, thank you.
You know what? I've known Ignacio for a very, very long time. And I would tell you, actually, we met in some events. Well, we won't go into that. We were too young. But anyways, always, him and his brother, we always managed to do everything that Sweetwater needed. And I can never think of a time that that didn't happen. And this city owes you a great thank you. But right now, you saved a life along many other times that you've done similar things. So on behalf of also the whole city of Sweetwater, not just this police department, but all the commissioners and all the citizens, we want to say thank you for this, but you're not done yet, right? You ain't going far. So with that,
Thank you, sir.
thank you. God bless. Man.
Perfect. Smile. Oh, guess I'm missing
Where's the
it.
t-shirt? She didn't go?
Please, smiles. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
See you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Chief, thank you for those kind words. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Well deserved.
He's only been a police officer for 44 years. All right, we're gonna be reports of officers, boards, and committees. None. Item 8, additions and deletions to the agenda. Are they attached to this document, to the revise? Okay. Thank you. Item 9, petitions, communications, and this word I always have an issue, remonstrances. I have Enrique Bermudez. Mr. Bermudez, you're present. Mr. Bermudez, please come up to the podium. State your name and address for the record, and welcome, sir.
How are you, gentlemen? My name is Enrique Bermudez. I live in the Kendall area. But I could say that I do have some sort of attachment to the city of Sweetwater. Back in the year 2009, the goodwill gesture, primarily sponsored by Mayor Jose Diaz, created a resolution which named the street of West Flagler from 107 to 117 to recognize my father's accomplishments and to have his name permanently placed on every intersection on the stoplights. So I've always had a fond attraction to the city. I have certain family members that lived here, and I can never say how much my family appreciated those gestures. Recently, one of the plaques that had fallen on the sidewalk on 107th Avenue and in West Flagler was placed up again because it had fallen down shortly after the resolution was enacted. And sometime after, it looks like there was some sort of car accident there, and it caused it to fall down. Then later on, it was just removed altogether. So we always had the intentions of coming over here and requesting that it be done. And hey, this thing was got knocked down, and recently some of the associates that I know that are part of the Nicaraguan community who are very much involved in and worked with my father in the past. They came over here on my behalf, and they made those gestures, and the plaque was placed up again. And just want to say thank you. I appreciate you guys doing that. That's all I want to say.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Mayor, any words?
Thank you, Mr. President. It's always a great opportunity where you could be at the right place in the right time to do the right thing. And that was done with your great father. He was a man of loyalty, a man of respect. He was a man that fought for his beliefs and fought for free Nicaragua always. And there's no reason. And I know that I met with a couple of his colleagues, and they came to me. I did not know that it was the street sign had been taken down because of an accident.
Yeah.
And I had one of my lieutenants working on it, which he did an incredible job to make sure we could get it up as fast as possible. And then there was some confusion that the plaque was up and then not up and whatever, but it finally got put up. So it's important to recognize those that are different and significant in every aspect, and that's why we do what we do, this commission and us. But I did that in my prior role as commissioner for
I know.
District 12. So it was a great honor doing so, and once again,
And it's people like
we
you
are here
that
to help.
that would I would expect to maintain your honor and your goodwill and helping those like us.
Always.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, and I wish you the best.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
And thank you for your comments. Mr. Mayor, thank you for maintaining your loyalty to the traditions of the city. Very much appreciated.
Thank you.
The communications and remonstrances are over. If anybody else wishes to speak that didn't know that they were to sign in, please let me know. Si hay alguien que quiere hablar en la reunión, que no firmó el documento, me dejan saber ahora. Okay. Item 10, consent agenda. Do we have a motion to approve? Item A, motion by Commissioner Yanez, second by Commissioner Reynaldo Rey. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item passes. Staff item number 11. It's up to the mayor. Mr. Mayor, do you want to go back to special presentation?
Yes, I will. If you want to go to that item, please, if you like.
Special presentation? What is it?
No, if you could do that,
What's a special presentation?
your item, can you do that?
Oh, you want to do that now? Okay.
Go ahead and do that while I take care of
All right, no problem.
you don't mind.
No problem. Item 11, staff item A, an ordinance of the city of Sweetwater, Florida, amending chapter 2, article 10, division 3 of the city code of ordinances to make the youth advisory board an ADHOC entity to be constituted by the mayor and as needed basis, providing for commission ratification of appointments, providing for severability, providing for codification, providing for an effective date, second reading, and public hearing. Public hearing is now open. Anybody wishing to speak on the public hearing, please come forward, speak on this item. Seeing nobody coming forward, public meeting is now closed. We've been kicking this can down the road for a while. Do we have a motion to move this item?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Yanez, second by Commissioner Reynaldo Rey. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Yanez? Yes. Commissioner Diaz?
Yes.
Commissioner Ray?
Yes.
Commissioner Vallecillo?
Yes.
President Villanueva?
Yes, item passes.
It passes.
Thank you to my colleagues for passing that item. Item B, an ordinance of the city of Sweetwater, Florida, amending 2-55 of the city code of ordinances as permitted by 286.0114 Florida statutes to amend rules by which persons may ask before the city commission, providing for the clerk to maintain a speaker's form, providing for the designation of a representative to speak on behalf of a group of persons, providing for authority, providing for severability, providing for codification, providing for an effective date. First reading, Mayor Diaz.
I think it's pretty much self-explanatory. You want to move forward? We're good.
Motion by Commissioner Yanyo. Do we have a second? Second by Commissioner Ray.
Now, if you want me to give further explanation,
Please.
this is something that I believe in the county, it was used very well. To give the ability for people to speak as a tool. It's a tool that could be used by the president of the commission or any one of you to be able to be, sometimes I forget the little mic, but little things in life. But that the attorney, after certain times where we were trying to see how we could do this gracefully and allow people to have the right to speak to us, which has been very eloquently put by you, Mr. President, to make sure that people understand that when they come to Sweetwater, they could speak and say the things that they need to say. So sometimes time is of a factor because they want to say a lot, or they come with a big group of people, and everybody wants to say, but what happens is they kind of say the same thing over and over and over. And meetings get extended. So this is a tool that if that is what you would like, to have a concentration of a group of people, have one person speak and you want to give them a longer time, you really don't need it. But in case somebody asks, you have this as a tool. And that's what I thought it would be good for you and for this commission.
Does anybody else wish to speak on this item?
No. I'm okay with it.
I've spoken to the mayor about this item. I understand what the mayor's trying to do. We've had, 10 or 12 people to come and speak at a meeting. I never want to limit people from speaking, and I know that's not your intent. I know this is simply a tool. As president, I will never enact that provision. And to be quite honest, I don't have an appetite for this. But I will obviously respect the wishes of my colleagues. If we ever have a situation where we have, 50 to 100 people here, which may happen, this is something that we can enact. The only way to get around it is, how do we figure out if there's a group together? I guess there's going to have to be a preamble where we figure out, hey, are you guys all concentrated in one group? So some questioning has to be done. So even though I don't like this item, I'll support it in first reading. Do we have a motion? Moved by Commissioner Yanyo. Second by Commissioner Reynaldo Ray. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Diaz?
Yes.
Commissioner Ray?
Yes.
Commissioner Vallecillo?
Yes.
Commissioner Yanyo?
Yes.
President Villanueva?
Yes.
Pass. It's on first reading.
Item C.
Mr. President, before you do.
You want to move on to special presentation?
Okay. Yeah, I want to do this special presentation if I can.
All right, item
I
4,
have-
special presentation. Go ahead,
Yes,
Mr.
I
Mayor.
have a young lady that's very special. That actually another young lady told me about, Idania Yana, our commissioner, about this special young lady that is Girl Scout, and it's I don't want to get it wrong because I know on the male side it's Eagle Scout, but in the female side I don't know the name, but I guess you'll tell us when you speak here in a second. But it's important to understand where one of our young ones, which is not only in the present but the future of our cities or us, and when you see somebody that is coming with ideas that are not just for what they're doing to get a good grade or to do this or that, but also because it's important and it has something really nice with it. And this is what Alejandra Gabriela Pardo basically did. She came across with this idea that to help the kids in the park to have a dispenser to the kids that are going to go out and play and stuff, they could actually get sunscreen 50 level, so it won't burn their face or stuff, so they could put some on their hands, put it in the face, cover up, and they could basically do this. I don't say it as nice as she's probably gonna present it, but it is a way where it is, I think it's a great thing. So, thank you, Commissioner Yanni, for introducing me, this,
If you
mother
may-
and daughter. Okay, I don't know who is more special because they're both very special and both very nice. And they came very today, and I had the opportunity of really getting to know them a little bit and seeing how they're going to grow in school. A certain person over there, and I guess you want to say a couple of
Yeah,
words,
through,
but
through
I
the
want
chair.
to.
Commissioner
I just
Yanni.
want to say, when I met her, actually, what she's into it to prevent skin cancer. That's the bottom line. That's the reason why she had been
Wow,
doing
I just
studying.
went through the formalities.
She went through the whole thing because actually she's learning more how the youth are getting skin cancer. And that's one of the main things that pushed her into this project. Okay, so I thank you.
Thank you for adjusting because it was important. Skin cancer is a result, and in South Florida, it's become kind of like a plague. Everybody, when you see them with a bandage on their face, you know that something had to be corrected. So, if you like, I want you to show the commission, please, if you get on right there at the podium, and say a couple of words and show the commissioner your project, which I hope you go very far with it. I already told her as the administrator of the city, I'll move forward, but I wanted you guys to know about it and have it presented here. So with that,
I want you to state your name for the record. I don't want you to state your address because you're a juvenile. Just your name is fine.
Okay. Hi, my name is Adana Pardo, and I'm from Troop 552, from the Girl Scouts, Tropical Florida. And I'm doing my Gold Award. That's what it's called. And it's a very it's the highest achieving award a Girl Scout can get. I've done my bronze and my silver, also based on community service. But in this case, in my Gold Award, I can choose whatever I want to do in a topic that I am very passionate about. And I've fought my way through this for almost 4 years to try to get it approved. So I decided to go with something that is really important to me since I was little. They've always told me to always wear sunscreen. And thankfully, I was one of those kids who actually followed through. But some kids don't follow through, including my siblings don't follow through. Even though I'm the youngest, I still see them to this day not use sunscreen as much as people should. Even adults, they don't even know the high risk of not using sunscreen. So I wanted to promote that from little to get that into the habit of it so then they can become adults. So my project is called SPF is My BFF. It's targeted to mostly children. It's exactly how it looks like. It's just a plaque with a QR code that I made. And the QR code puts yourself into this comic book that I made for children so they could go down to a level so they can actually learn about it and not just be told by their own adults oh, wear sunscreen and it's good for you. But this time it's actually going down to their level and making them understand, putting them in a place where they can actually use their imagination and creativity into this. So I decided to go with this plaque to put it in parks so they can just easily scan it, since a lot of nowadays it's just pure technology. So it's very simple. But along with my project is a sunscreen dispenser, as I was Mayor saying, which I want to show right now. So this is what a sunscreen dispenser looks like. It's about 500 pumps with the back, so it's 750 pounds of sunscreen. So it's a good amount. It's $40 right now, but of course, anyone can see if they can make a cheaper option. But this is the best one that I found so far. So I think it's just very important. Just mount it up to the wall. It's like a hand sanitizer dispenser, almost the same. And I think it's just very important for kids to just have them accessible at their range to see this and then actually be educated on it along with the story. To have that sense of encouragement and not just, it's a whatever topic. Because this correlates to the topic that I wanted to expand on, which is skin cancer awareness. I met with a bunch of people that sadly have had their relatives pass away from skin cancer, and I think that's such a sad thing to live by. Cancer is a thing we can't even find a cure for yet, so I think I'm very passionate about it. So I wanted, and it's especially very common in Florida. In Florida, it's called the Sunshine State for a reason. We get a lot of sun. So I wanted to push people to that segment that I want them to learn about. It's not just, it's just skin cancer, I can just get it removed. No, it's an actual disease. It's an actual thing that you can get, and it can damage your life along with your other family members that actually care. That's
Before I say something, only because I know my people, Commissioner Saudis, you have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you. I was a Boy Scout leader, and my son made it as an Eagle Scout. So, yeah, I see a young lady there, with a future in her hand, and helping our community. It's like breathtaking for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
How old are you, young lady?
I'm 17.
17. And where did you get your confidence from to come up here and speak in front of all these old people?
It's not far from her.
Yeah, this lovely lady over here.
That lady right there?
Yeah, she's my leader, but also my mother.
Yeah.
So I was always taught with a, she has a bubbly energy, so I try to get it.
So what do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, I met up with the mayor earlier, and I told him I want to do journalism and mass communications, but in the political field. My sister's also, she also graduated with a criminal justice bachelor's, so I guess, I like to say it runs in the family because we're all interested in law some way or another. So.
Well, I want to congratulate you, number one, for having the courage to come up here and speak in a public forum. But number two, having the innovation and that idea that may seem simple. You, my friend, are going to be an entrepreneur. And I hope you're recording this maybe 10 years down the road. I am 100% sure that you're going to be a multimillionaire. You're going to be helping people. So I congratulate you, Mom. You're doing a great job. I congratulate you. So, Mom, why don't you go up there to the microphone and tell us who you are and what it is you're doing for your daughter.
Is it okay if she says it in Spanish?
Yeah. Of course she can speak in Spanish, and you can translate for her. Adelante, mami. Adelante. Dinos su nombre y dinos exactamente lo que está haciendo y tu hija va a traducir por usted.
Bueno, antes que nada, muchas gracias por permitirnos este espacio, por acogernos con los brazos abiertos, por darle la oportunidad a Dana de presentar su proyecto, más que un proyecto para ella, y puedo dar fe de eso. Es algo que la apasiona, algo que ella quiere hacer realidad porque quiere ayudar a la comunidad. Independientemente, yo entiendo que ella ha crecido en una familia, en un hogar donde dedicamos mucho de nuestro tiempo al voluntariado. Para mí, como la frase de Santa Teresa de Calcuta, el que no vive para servir, no sirve para vivir. Es parte fundamental que debemos inculcar a la juventud. Y pues bueno, creo que me extendí un poco. Mi nombre es Carly Rites, tengo 16 años en esta tropa, en esta gran familia que son las Girl Scouts. Como dije antes, amo servir y amo poder ayudar y aportar, sobre todo con valores, con apoyo, con un hombro amigo, a niñas que vienen a mí, que soy líder de ellas desde que tenían 5 años, ya hoy tienen 17, 18, 15, 14 y siguen conmigo, y a cada una le doy el espacio que le doy a Dana. Para mí todas son mis hijas, para mí todas tienen que lograr sus metas, sus sueños.
Yeah.
You don't have to translate.
You don't have
that.
to.
Yeah, that's
We
it. I was
understand.
like,
Good.
no.
So,
Now you know exactly where she got it from, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Mr. Mayor, I congratulate you for number one. Well, number one, I congratulate Commissioner Yanyo.
Yeah.
You're always doing stuff.
That the mayor would, make sure this gonna happen, and I thank the mayor because I told you from day one, he's the right person to talk to.
So I would respectfully request to see this story and the operation on our social media with Commissioner Yanyo and the mayor and this young lady and her mother. It's only a request. It's all right, Nicholas.
I think he's having fun.
Yeah.
I think it's a very important thing. I think it's a great project, as I said before. Just a little more on Hannah. She is actually getting, she's a candidate for the Silver Knight Award.
Really?
And yeah, so a letter came from my office today to them, and so they could present it. I'm fully supporting her for this. And also, you're right, Mr. President, when we see people that are growing in today's age and are looking into so many other things, and you're right, Commissioner Diaz, when you sit and you have somebody present something like this here in front of us, it makes us that much stronger in helping the young people in our community. But she is honestly what Sweetwater Youth is all about, to resemble the very good in helping and doing the best that we can. So once again, I want to thank you for picking Sweetwater. And we have it in both parks, not only in Rossetti, I want to put it in Carlo too. And we're gonna make sure that we have it always full. And I think, and I'm sorry I didn't ministerize it a little bit by just saying put it on and stuff, because the true value is all about cancer and skin cancer. I know I had it. So I understand how difficult it is and how difficult it is in our community, and a lot of people are suffering from it. So, but I want to thank a ti, señora Gabriela. Gracias por tener de nuevo una hija como ella, y gracias por todo lo que te hace, no solamente para ella, pero para todas las muchachas que están en la tropa. Y she offered her troop to come and help with our events and so on. So I don't think we're going to be seeing them for the last time here. I think they're going to be coming around a little bit more, Mr. President.
Mr. Mayor, we're going to take a picture with her? I want a
Why
picture.
don't we do that?
I want a picture with you.
Yeah.
Can we all take a picture
You
with
want
you?
to use it later on when she's a multimillionaire, right? To make sure that we. Ready? No, and you're on the other side, sir.
Stay on the other side.
Well, let Idania. Idania's the.
No, Idania, no.
It's yours. I'm going to stand.
No.
I cover the flank in case somebody comes this way.
Stop. I need you here.
Okay, Dania, will you get on the other side? Move this way.
I'm precluding her for CAP.
No. There, stand.
I'm ready to preclude her.
Oh, really?
She's gonna do it.
You think, really? That'll be interesting.
She's the right person.
Oh, then I'll sponsor her for sure.
I don't care about that.
All right. 1, 2, 3. One more.
Okay, congratulations.
Congratulations. Very impressive. God bless you. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work.
Me voy a robar un momentico el micrófono, otra vez. Solo para agradecer, Idania, muchas gracias, comisionada, muchas gracias, Mayor, muchas gracias a cada uno de ustedes. Muchas gracias por todo.
¿Y ese es el papá atrás? Hola, papi. Felicidades y muchas bendiciones.
Felicidades, caballero.
That is awesome. That is awesome. All right. Item C. A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater retroactively authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with Build Group LLC to construct improvements in the public right-of-way, including but not limited to drainage, road resurfacing, concrete, curbing, and landscaping improvements for James N. Beasley Linear Park, providing for authority, providing for severability, providing for an effective date. Mayor Diaz.
Thank you, Mr. President. And this project is been happening for quite a while, as you know. I know that each one of you have all brought me complaints as to the water buildup over there in the linear park on James Beasley Park. We finally got the bids in, and this company was a company that actually got the best bid. We also did not, I could have gone forward, but I brought it back because I think it was important for it to bring you the information and that we want to move on it. They already started, but I thought out of respect to bring it back to you guys and show it to you. But you already had given me an approval when we did the other parks and we needed to do this street. So this will be gone within 6 weeks. Is Alejandro here? Alejandro, you want to step it up, please, here a second? Get the mic, please.
State your name and title for the record, sir.
Good evening. Alejandro Gomez, City Engineer, Sweetwater.
Alejandro, on the actual work that's going to be done, what is the approximate time? I think they already started looking at setting up, but how long is it going to be before we get the whole work done?
Correct. It's we have 6 more weeks to complete the work. We started establishing the MOT and we commenced the work already. So the contractor is moving quickly. So we expect the work to be completed around 6 weeks.
To the chair.
Commissioner Diaz.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Very nice. This took a long time. A long time. Thank you very much. And this, I was looking at the resolution here. Is this going to be just the street, and also it's going to be part of the linear park?
It's a drainage that goes underneath.
That's it, right?
It's a drainage, and then obviously the street covering, and then rephrasing that particular area of the street.
Yep.
Eventually, what I want to do is make sure that the areas that have been disturbed due to some drainage and some other things that we dealt with, is to resurface the streets, especially in the residential area, and to try to look at the approaches. I told most of you when we're looking at our budget, that is something I want to do. And we might try to go globally, but for right now, the most important thing is to stop that particular area of ponding that takes place that so many neighbors have been complaining
Got
about.
it. And this is this drainage is going to be no pumping, right, Mayor? This is not going to be no pumping.
No.
It's going to be a level, canal level, correct?
Correct. Yes, there's no pumping. We're including 2 inlets, 2 new inlets, and 4 structures, and it's going to be exfiltration trench.
Okay.
So there's no pumping to the canal.
So this is right next to the canal, so we know what I'm talking about.
Correct.
And if the canal goes up, water's going to go down slowly, correct? As long as the canal is up, we're going to have water there.
Correct. Yes.
Because I had a guy told me the other day that if this drainage is part of the pump, but it's not. It's a drainage.
It's not correct.
Okay.
It's a French drain.
Yeah,
and it
French drain,
basically works with the system perfectly well. They made it ample enough when it was designed. I made sure that Frank was making sure that the amount of capacity would be enough to handle the water in that area. But Alejandro also as a city engineer, reviewed everything and made sure the capacity, to make sure it was oversized. And because that particular area, that's a very good point, because that area's got a little dip in it.
Kind of dip on it.
Yeah, and for that reason, we did the best we could.
That's great.
And when we could it's when we could do that street over again. We'll try to look at that, and that's something Alejandro is already looking at certain parts of the city to make sure that we levelize and be able to stop pretty much that from happening in certain places. We're looking at 6th Street. We're looking at the areas of 110th Avenue between 117 and 25th. Obviously, that's our last bit of real flooding there. So we're looking at every part, and we're going to try to redevelop it according. But I wanted to, again, bring this back to you. And the administration, is myself, I'm looking at every every angle of our roads to continue to improve.
Mayor, and this project is coming from where? From the,
This is grant money.
Grant money, correct?
That was brought when I brought the money over.
okay. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mayor. Appreciate it.
Do we have a motion on this item?
Why don't you stay there a second, Alejandro? Out of
Yeah.
respect, I want you to say a little bit because we introduced you briefly these last times, and you've been doing an incredible job for the city. And I want to thank you personally because you have done everything on time. The job on 108 that we broke ground the other day, I believe, I don't know how many change orders were presented. How many change orders got through?
So the GC presented a couple change orders. We're not over the huddle yet, but we're still in conversations with them. But it's been our ongoing discussion and trying to avoid any change orders that they present to us. So
He's
Or
very nice, but he
Being
has
pretty
fought
humble.
hard. He's very humble, but he's fought hard to make sure that the change orders are not those typical change orders that come up with out of the blue. And he makes some, if there is one that's legit, whether we do it or they have to do legit, it's fair. We'll adjust it, but not the way some have been brought up. So I wanted to make sure that you knew who he was and so on, and also present him to you. And I know I had to do this, but I would like to get him, what's the proper phrase that we do?
Ratified.
Ratified, and I think that's important to do. So if you be kind enough to do that, moving forward, we got a lot more work to do.
So, point of order, Mr. Attorney, as a pocket item, can I, you know what? I don't need a pocket item. Stick around and we'll do a ceremonial ratification on, mayor's comments.
We could do it then, or you
we
could do it
that.
now. It's up to you.
We can
Whatever
do
you
it. That way
decide.
it doesn't have to be on the agenda.
Okay.
Is that more or less accurate, Mr. Attorney? All right, good. Do we have a motion on this item?
Move.
Second.
Ooh, yeah, Commissioner Saldias beat you on that one. Motion by Commissioner Yanis.
Man, he's
second by
lagging
Commissioner
behind today.
Saldias. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item passes. All right, passes. Item D, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater approving and adopting open market contract with ESR LLC, a Florida limited liability company, for the purchase of sandbags for emergency use by the residents of Sweetwater, authorizing execution of Exhibit A, authorizing expenditure of funds as provided in the fiscal year 2025-2026 approved budget, providing for further authority, providing for severability, providing for an effective date. Mayor Diaz.
This is, again, this has been in a long time coming. I stepped back a little bit and let Scott and Deputy Chief and so on review this contract. It's been up and down, and looked at the actual sandbags and the way they're put together and so on. Even though our city has gone away from the flooding due to all the hard work that's been done to ratify the flooding as much as possible, sandbag is something that people want when a storm comes, something that they believe that they need, and it's something that if the citizens want it, then we need to have it for them. But the days like back in the day when we started with the pile of sand and filling up our sandbags, I think I'm still hurting from that. It's gone. This company has done a really technical way of doing sandbags where the truck actually has a mechanism that produces the sandbags and then comes across on a belt and actually comes to the point where you pick up the sandbag and put in the person's trunk, whether it's a car, truck, whatever. They put it in the back, and then we put enough sandbags as whatever limit it is that we're going to give out, and that person will leave and be happy about it, and they can prepare for whatever storm comes their way. So this is something that a lot of cities are already taking advantage of. He really is a person that Alberto Sotero is a person who's been around this city for a very long time, and he takes Sweetwater personally, and he really cares about our city. So I would tell you right now that this is something important to have. It's another tool for us to have in case of an emergency, and to be able to give those sandbags out to the people that really will use them, hopefully properly, to take care of whatever possible flooding they may have coming into their house.
Move. Any comments on this item?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Saldias.
Yeah, Mayor, this is going to be an agreement, right? We're going to be in agreement on this?
This is a
Like
contract.
It's on contract.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was looking at it now. Yeah, this thing works in now. It's a $25,000. What's the $25,000 for? The minimum?
There's a minimum, once you have an order, of X amount of sandbags that you're gonna purchase. That's for every community that is part of the contract. Once those sandbags, because you cannot wait until actually the storm gets here or not. So they don't wanna be out X amount of sandbags, so you have a minimum that you actually have to get together with. But again, we have gotten pretty good in analyzing and knowing when a storm could possibly hit us. Chances are it might not, but if they don't, we save the sandbags, we put them away, and we keep them for the future. So it's not like a waste of money, of the taxpayers' money in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, and another question that I have on this. So, let's say we have a storm, and so he's going to come and he's going to give us what?
As many sandbags as
As
we
many
want.
sandbags come back, right?
As many as we want.
And he's just going to leave it there, and then we're going to need it as we need it.
Like I told you, there's two ways of doing it. If we get it done ahead of time, we could get the sandbags ahead in pallets.
Okay.
And then we give them out, or he comes with the trucks and basically does the sandbagging wrap up, and we
So
put it in the
if we don't
people's
use the
cars.
service, we're not going to get charged for it?
Excuse me,
Let's-
say that
if we
again?
if we don't use the service, let's say we
No.
don't, nothing
we don't-
happened this
no,
year.
if we don't use it and
we don't-
nothing happens, thank
Okay.
God it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Only we get charged if we use the product, right?
If we
use-
go at sandbags ahead of time, or we
Okay.
use the service with the sandbags, is when we will get charged.
Okay, and there's a limit on this, or
Is there a limit?
yeah, limit of how
No.
much money we got in this? How much
No,
money? do we
it
have?
all depends on what we see as a possible storm, knowing the amount of sandbags that we need to put out. I would tell you that once that happens, most of the time, or the majority of the time, on a case of an emergency, I call an emergency in the city. At that point, that sets up a whole different type of procurement that we will use. And for that reason, we will address it as needed. Now, if there's one thing we've done time and time and showed, we're very frugal as to making sure that we don't overbuy or underdo. But I'd rather have people feel safe and rather
No,
have people
I'm agree with
have the sandbags. And if that's what the citizens keep asking for all the time, let's make sure we have it ready for them.
Okay, so you're gonna have bags of 25 pounds, 30 pounds, and 40 pounds? Is that what we're gonna have?
I wanted, that part was still there to pick out and see what's the best size for them, because we got elderly people.
Yeah.
That,
And my last
you know.
question, Mayor, just to finish this. This, the money that we spend on this in case of an emergency, do we get the money back with FEMA at some point?
We get the money back from FEMA at some point, and we get a percentile of it back, but we also have some funding that we're putting aside to make sure, and I think we have quite a bit of money to be able to do that. But yes, FEMA does come in with the majority of the money, and sometimes the money the county is also equates, and we have to put out a percentile.
There's a line item on our budget for this?
There's a line item, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mayor.
I'm gonna make a statement. So the owner of this company, Albert Sotero, you guys have heard of him. You just haven't realized who he is. Many years ago, we had a helicopter program. We had 2 helicopters here in the city of Sweetwater. We had a Ranger and a Hughes 500 that we got from military surplus. Albert Sotero was kind enough to gift us his airplane hangar at Tamiami Airport. We didn't pay hangar fees. We didn't pay mechanic fees. We didn't pay airport fees. And all we were doing is paying for the cost of fuel. He helped us for a number of years, and he's helped a lot of municipalities and Miami-Dade County. And to answer your question, Commissioner Diaz, about the FEMA reimbursement, his company is specifically designated to reimburse at 100% of sandbags. So based on that documentation, there's certain documentation that a city has to have, we could get up to 100% reimbursed. We've been through plenty of hurricanes where I've seen you in the middle of the street for a few days with a chainsaw. We've been at waist-high water. I remember the mayor in '99 being in waist-high water delivering cheeseburgers to houses. So we have a propensity to flood. The previous administration actually gave a limit on how many sandbags we can give residents. I was always opposed to that. Now, based on this, it is a expedited way to deliver a sandbag to a resident. So I wholeheartedly agree with this item. I know that the mayor had allocated $500,000 of monies that we got from a separate deal that were not ad valorem. They weren't tax dollars. They were monies that we negotiated. And he put $500,000 in that fund for emergency relief, whether it's for escombro or sandbags or whatever it is. So I wholeheartedly agree with this item. Does anybody else have any questions or comments on this item? Commissioner Ray, you have the floor.
So to my colleagues and anyone who hasn't seen this system, I was able to see this system firsthand, and it's so swiftly, easily, rapidly to receive a sandbag. You don't have anyone scooping up a sandbag and picking them up. This is a process where as soon as a sandbag comes through that conveyor belt, it's ready to go. It's going into someone's hand, and it's literally like two motion: pick up, drop off. Other times you have to scoop it, put in the bag,
Somebody
seal
hold
it,
the bag.
and then stack it. So, I've always seen this. I have spoken to Albert many times, and this is something that I've spoken with the mayor about in other events, and something because all the commissioners have done this. Saul's included, mayor's years, but we've done this in year out when we've had those situations, and it is a little bit taking a toll on us when you got to fill up a back of a pickup truck and drop them off, and then come back, drop off 20, and you can't do 100 bags. Trust me, no one can. And not in the truck. You'll have that thing sitting backwards. So I do agree with this item 100%. It's an amazing, asset that we'll have in those situations. Hopefully we never have to use them ever again. But, if we do need to, we have them very quickly. And again, I move this item.
Motion by Commissioner Reynaldo Way. Do you have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Daniel.
Mr.
Mayor.
President, and to comment on what you said, yes, he has the paperwork for 100%, but I always like to say, FEMA stop losses at 70, and I don't want to say something that might not be the case. So I know there's a combination when you're a 501 and so on that you could actually address it 100%, but since we're a city, that's why I said the 70 plus the 30 could be divided 15 and 15, the state 15 and us 15. Hopefully, we can do the 100%. But I agree with Commissioner. I would tell you that let's pray that we don't have to use it. It's not great for his company, but at the same time, it's great for our city. So I really thank you for your support. I'm moving this.
Okay.
Commissioner Solis?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Mayor, can I don't know. I would like to see this machine, how it works.
I'll set it up for you.
Can you set it up to all the commissioners to see how this thing works? I think I've seen it before. I think I saw it with you one time, right?
Yeah, they've had it at the League of Cities. They've had it at different places for people to see. A lot of cities already have this contract with him.
Mr. President, if we can go ahead and organize like a date or so we can see it, that would be very nice. I would like to see it. Schedule it.
I'm sure Mr. Sotero and the mayor can set
Please.
that up and expedite it for us.
All right.
Yep,
So
thank
we
you.
have the item moved by Commissioner Reynaldo Rey, second by Commissioner Yanyo. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item passes unanimously. Thank you. Item E, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater selecting successful bidder under RFP 2025-02 for provisions of debris removal services, providing for authorization, providing for funding, and providing for an effective date. Mayor Diaz.
Thank you. One of the issues we had, and I think you guys have asked a lot of questions in the past. If a storm's coming, who's gonna help us get the debris and everything out of here? When we did the little research, we found out that we really didn't have a contract. And the city did not have an ongoing contract moving forward. So we decided to put out an RFP, which I appreciate the RFP. Buca's people finally got it together, along with Scott, and they've done an incredible job to get it out. And we have the company that came forth and did for the disaster debris removal and emergency response services. So we want to go ahead and move forward and put this contract together. And this is totally different. These are the people that come in and work very close with FEMA, help us in every aspect of FEMA, and making sure that what we do is done properly. Not only that, they have to come in with their assets. They have to have a municipal experience dealing with municipalities, actual company working with the municipalities, not a brokership, which there's a lot of that out there. And we make sure of the things that were put in the contract were done to make sure that these people have the experience. Another thing, that they have the employees to be able to cover. And it all depends, obviously, when these storms come and how they hit and the massive size of them, or more in one area than another. We'll be working very closely with this particular company. Once again, they met all the requirements, especially from FEMA. They have all the ratings. And as you will know, I have our code enforcement chief, Garcia, that is Martin, that is working the FEMA issue, along with Frank Fernandez, that's sitting somewhere back there. There he is. That is also working it together under me. And we're making sure that everything that these people do, TFR Enterprises, will do it properly. And this is the best we could do to move forward and be prepared. The one thing I didn't want to happen, and we've been rushing, and I really appreciate Buca and her team, and also Scott and his team, trying to expedite this as fast as possible, because I did not want to get us and the old man upstairs making sure there's no storms come, so we could get this done and put in place. So now we are ready in case anything happens.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to congratulate staff. This is the first time in the history of the city of Sweetwater since 1941 that we've had an RFP like this for removal for hurricanes. Usually we do it after the fact, and then it's run, and figure out what's what, and then you end up having commissioners with chainsaws in the middle of the street trying to remove debris. I know that I've spoken to you and your staff. You guys have all the FEMA documentation prepared. Again, I celebrate you for that. We've never done that here in the city of Sweetwater. I know that you do have the $500,000 for emergency, and always we can pull more if need to. You also have the emergency provisions of the charter. This is a huge success, so I wholeheartedly agree with this item. Do we have a motion on this item? Motion by Commissioner Yanez, second by Commissioner Reynaldo Rey. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item passes unanimously. Thank you. Item F, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater authorizing, empowering, and directing the city attorney to seek a legal opinion from the Florida Attorney General regarding the legal reach and scope of Stanley Victor McDaniels v. State of Florida and the authority of municipalities to regulate the open carrying of firearm and other weapons under Chapter 790 Florida statute, stating specific questions to ask, providing for authority, and providing for an effective date. Commissioner Villanueva. So I had a conversation with the mayor. I had a conversation with the city attorney. The mayor and I were very concerned. I want to make it abundantly clear. I don't speak on behalf of the mayor, but I think on this item I can. We are proud supporters of the Second Amendment. We are gun-toting Americans, but we're also responsible with our weapons. And based on this new case law, there are some questions and concerns that we have that we want to have clarified by the Attorney General. What this item will do, it will, if this item is approved, it will grant the authority of the city attorney to send legal opinion to the Attorney General as to the open carry of firearms at city commission meetings. I mean, just imagine somebody walks into a city commission meeting with a rifle or an open carry of a firearm. There is some debate concerning whether or not somebody can. I don't believe they can. But then again, the law is not clear because this is a brand new law. We also have some safety concerns at city events. I don't think there's a way to get around that one, but again, I've asked the city attorney to ask the attorney general at city events, at our local parks, can somebody walk around with the open carry of firearm or a rifle? So in order for the city attorney to do that, we need to approve this item and empower the city attorney to contact the AG. I'm asking respectfully for the commission to support this item unanimously, so the city attorney can move forward with this.
Move.
Commissioner Reynaldo Ray beat Commissioner Yango on that one. Motion by Commissioner Reynaldo Ray, second by Commissioner Yango. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Mr.
Mayor.
On this item, I am supporting you wholeheartedly, as you discussed,
Yes.
in the way eloquently you put it, because we have our Second Amendment in this free country of ours, but we need clarification, and this is important. So for that reason, I also want to be part of this letter, and I want to sign it too, along with the president and obviously yourself. So we get this out to him and deal with it as soon as possible too.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for that. And we didn't have anything else.
We had an add-on, didn't we?
I'm trying to figure out where that is. Oh, here it is. Item G, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater authorizing the mayor to make final payment for installation and additional street signs as part of the citywide street sign replacement project, providing for authority, providing for severability, providing for an effective date. Mayor Diaz.
This is a final one that we're bringing in. We went through them, the ones that were missing, we just got done. We might have some that we might put in certain areas separate, but then that's just ongoing. But as promised, whenever we were doing part of the batching of all the street signs, I told you when we finished up, we would tell you, what the costs were and so on. So this is basically just a wrap up of what we have. It doesn't mean in the future we're not gonna have to get more signs. It doesn't mean that there's not accidents that drop signs. And as you noticed, in the two parks, the signs are up, both in Carlo and Ronzelli, because of the issues of the parking all night and violating our code and our ordinances. And that's been, and I want to thank the police department and actually maintenance and the parks for working together and putting those signs up. So that's about it.
Do we have a motion on this item?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Reynaldo Ray, seconded by Commissioner Vallecillo. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Item passes unanimously. Staff item H, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater expressing support for House Bill 33, filed by Representative Juan Carlos Porras in the Florida House of Representatives, designating a portion of State Road 985 Northwest 107 Avenue as Charlie Kirk Memorial Avenue, requesting that the Florida Legislature include within the bill the stretch of Northwest-Southwest 107 Avenue located within the corporate limits of the City of Sweetwater from West Flagler Street to Southwest 8th Street, Tamiami Trail, providing for transmittal of this resolution and providing for an effective date. Commissioner Vallecillo.
All right, guys, just wanted to make clear, we're not changing the name of the road. We're just supporting a state legislative item that is changing it by Mr. Representative Juan Carlos Porras. I also want to amend the item, Ralph, just to scratch the part of changing the part that's in the city. We just want to support them renaming the part that they wanted to rename, which is between Coral Way and 8th Street, so in the area in front of FIU. So I think we have to scratch off the last whereas, right? And then, let me look at it here.
Paragraph 3.
Yeah. And then in the bottom part, what's it called? The submittals. No. Yeah, number 2, that where it says the city of Sweetwater hereby expresses strong support. So, anyways, basically, we all know what happened about a month ago. A horrible thing happened to a really good person. You know, someone who was a patriot and loved this country, loved his family, was a God-fearing man. He was very active in all our college campuses, including in FIU. He had chapters a chapter at FIU. He had chapters in many universities, and there was a good group of kids, which I'm friends with, that were also very active on the campus here at FIU of TPUSA. So I just think it's fitting. I just think it's fitting to rename that area in front of FIU as Charlie Kirk Memorial Avenue. So I promised the representative that I'd get the city's support on his legislative item.
Commissioner Vallecillo, I congratulate you on this. I think that is a record. I've never seen a street named so quickly. I think it's a testament to who Charlie Kirk was. Mr. Attorney, point of order, I think we need to strike certain language here where it says portion of State Road 985 northwest/southwest 107 Ave.
Well, the matter has not yet been adopted by or taken up by the city commission. There's been no motion and no second. So at this point, the matter is still belongs exclusively to Commissioner Vallecillo, and he is free to amend it without the request of the city commission. Once there's a motion and a second, then it's adopted by the city commission. Then at that point, you'll need a vote by the city commission.
Thank you, Mr. Attorney. Commissioner Vallecillo, I don't know if you want to scratch or strike the language that says northwest/southwest 107 Ave, because I think the legislation is only from Coral Way to H Street on 107 Ave.
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. I already mentioned that to the attorney
Okay.
to scratch that part.
Right. So
I have to make a motion, right? So I motion.
No, you're good. You can just strike your language.
Okay.
It hasn't been taken up yet by them. It hasn't been.
Oh, got you. That's what you
So
just
it's
said.
your item. You can actually pull it right now if you wanted to, under Robert's rules. So you are directing me to delete the last whereas clause and then paragraph 3 of the resolution itself.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
All right, do we have a motion on this item?
Move.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Yanio, second by Commissioner Reynaldo Rey. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item passes. And we are now going to reach.
By the way, Mr. President.
Mr. Mayor.
I'm sorry.
I see-
Personal moment.
I know what's going on.
This is priceless.
For those in the audience who've been watching me motion, my 5-year-old son has been sitting there patiently, and he's probably dropped his water ball like 8 times, and now he's acting like he's sleeping, but he's not, because Nicholas knows that I'm speaking about him.
Yeah. You know, it's
But
priceless.
He's a character, that's for sure. Thank you for behaving so well, Nicholas. Daddy loves you. All right, on my agenda, I do not have. Here it is. Okay. Item 12, Mayor's report. Mr. Mayor, do you have a report?
Okay, on my report, I think the first item that you want to take it is, could we ratify Alejandro now at this time?
It's your report. You can request
Yeah.
us to do so.
If we can, Alejandro, will you come up here again, please? This was out of the blue, by the way. I just want to get it out of the way. Could you tell briefly where you came from, just briefly to the commission, and who you are? And
So again, Alejandro Gomez, city engineer for the city of Sweetwater. I'm from Puerto Rico. I came here to Florida 10 years ago. I graduated civil engineer in Puerto Rico. So I have my professional engineer license here in Florida as well. And I've been working since the past 10 years here in Florida. I worked on the water side, transportation, construction, so a bit about everything. And it started in the city of Sweetwater in May.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Do we have a motion to ceremonially ratify this gentleman as our city engineer? We have a motion by Commissioner Reynaldo Rey, second by Commissioner Yanio.
Although the commissioner is sleeping?
Evidently, it's a race between you two. I do not want an all in favor. I want an actual vote by each commissioner. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Yes.
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 Yes, continue to do God's work, sir.
Thank
Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for fighting for us. And try and make sure that you minimize those change order requests from GCs. We know that's how they try and milk the cow.
He's good.
So
We'll
I
try.
appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you.
Congratulations on your hire, Mr.
Thank you.
Mayor.
Thank you. On the, we had a special event last week, right? And I think it was quite a bit of time coming, but nothing that comes as good and that takes the labor of love that we put into it, because that's what I want to call it, labor of love, because let me tell you, it was not an easy lift. Everything that could go wrong sometimes went wrong. And, but we worked through it. We got a lot of work done. There's still some issues, and we're getting through them. But all in all, there's always something that you got to fix. But I want to thank all of you that came, all of you that were there. I want to thank the Moss family for showing up and like promised that when it came time to getting soccer in our city, that they were going to come strong and help our kids. And not because this is a league of anybody, but it is Inter Miami Sweetwater. And what it is to make sure that they get their kids to participate, and the coaches, the Sweetwater kids with coaches and people from that league. On that said, when it comes time for football or flag football, we'll hopefully have the Dolphins. Baseball, the Marlins already stated they're coming. And something different that has also happened in this city. I think it's important that these teams that we all love to celebrate and thank them for the sports that they give us. Also, that we have a facility of the magnitude that this facility is. This facility is second to none in the nation. I'm very proud of it. I'm proud that this was grant money and impact fees to the park. So this was not ad valorem money that was spent here, and I want to be real clear on that, because some people say, no, we spent the money and said, no. We spent the grant money that was meant to be spent on things like this. And we did it very proudly, not only Ronzelli Park, but also Carlo Park. And not only the senior area, well, now the community center, Sweetwater Community Center in Carlo Park, and the Jorge Mas Youth Center in Ronzelli Park. It has been done in a way, again, that's second to none. Our elderly are super happy. I know Jose Mati is not here. He's away on a business trip, but he has showed up with a pool table to put in there too. And I want to thank Buka for the hard work, Stephanie Buka, and the elderly center people for doing the job that they have done. But I also want to thank maintenance, Billy, everybody that was involved in the hard work, my staff, thank you for my chief of staff on, helping me calm down many times from certain things that took place. And also, thank you for having the patience of dealing with me. It is not easy when everything is just upside down, and but we made it happen. And I'm very proud of that. I'm more than proud of the support that this commission gave me. You didn't blink an eye once. You trusted us in doing what we were supposed to do, and it got done. And I'll tell you right now, I think I scared everybody with the blinking lights when we turned those on. And again, these are the same type of lights that you see in stadiums around. That, by the way, it is also protected. There's cameras everywhere on that field. That field, as you saw, we had a massive rainstorm come through. Half an hour later, it was dry. And there was no mud. There was nothing. If that would have been the old type of field, it would have been a different story at all. So besides that, I know that we will have a softball game. I hear that police in the future want to have one game, exploratory game. So I follow the request that the president asked
We'll be
for.
playing the police department because evidently we can't play with the cops anymore. So we're gonna play with the civilians, and then we're playing against the cops. So
All right,
It's
so.
like that.
Long story short, but there will be a time for that. But the most important thing, and I want to be real clear because I had a couple of residents ask me if we were going back to the one person takes over an event type situation. That is not the case. We will not do that. This is Sweetwater Parks and Recreation, and we're here for the city, the children of Sweetwater. Other kids from other area would like to join. They're more than welcome to come and participate in our parks. But this is our Parks Department. In fact, the reason why we don't have park people here, Sandra's on vacation, but Willie Romay, the deputy park director, is out with the soccer, with the young kids in soccer right now. So it's a new day. As promised, we delivered, but we're very part of the parks. We have the pickleball courts. We have the actual basketball courts that the kids love it, and not just the kids. When it comes to, some of them are adults on our basketball courts, and they're enjoying it. The park in itself, the fields, those fields are very high-end fields that need to be protected. And protected means that, there's certain kinds of food that cannot be on that field, and there's things like that, but we'll go more in depth into that in the future. But the most important thing is now we could do some great movie nights out there. And in case the rain is coming, well, we'll just move them inside Jorge Macanosa, and we have 2 big screens there. So movie nights, those rain out movie nights are things in the past in Sweetwater, and we covered all angles when it comes to all the sports. And most important, the recreation. And we'll hopefully in the future are working on some ideas on future parks in the city, and hopefully we'll be blessed in making sure that. I don't want to keep extending, but that, I think, is the key thing that we went through. Now, I know there's something that's coming up, and it will be at the end of this month, and that is our Halloween celebration, or just pumpkin, whatever you want to call it. Everybody has a different name. Halloween, just call it Halloween, in our parks. So for that reason, we will have the contest again this year, and we have an issue with who won last year, and I think we were busy with some other issues that were going on in the city at the time, and we didn't quite get that cemented properly. But I think all in all, we'll figure it out, and I know there's certain commissioners up here that want a little revenge on this contest, so I'll be more than happy to see that revenge take place. So with that, I think that's all.
Mr. Mayor, I want to say something. So I spoke to Jose Moss at the event, and he was so impressed. Not with the facility. Obviously, this guy's a multi-billionaire. He's not impressed with the facility. He was impressed with our city. And he asked me a question. He kind of set me aside, and he said, hey, are you guys, like, for real? I said, what do you mean? He goes, like, do you guys actually get along this well? I'm like, yeah, we really do. He's like, and you guys pray before every event? I said, God, country, family, absolutely. And he says, you guys pledge allegiance to the flag at every event? Absolutely, God, country, family. And he was impressed by that. So, unfortunately, for many years, we had a lot of discord in this city. I personally went through the last administration, which was a nightmare. I don't know, I won't speak on behalf of any of my other colleagues, but if anybody wants to comment, you can. We have had a lot of separation, a lot of political strife in this city. So I want to congratulate and thank all my colleagues in this commission for having one goal, putting God first in our city. You know, having patriotism for our country, and holding true to your oath of office by moving this ship along. So I want to thank you for that. We did wait 2.5 years for this park. Well, excellence we can strive for. We can strive for excellence every single day, but perfection is God's business, and nothing is ever going to be perfect. But I can tell you that we've had the greatest of intentions. We've been patient, specifically Commissioner Saul Diaz, who every single meeting would ask, what's going on with the park? What's going on with the park? and what could have gone wrong did go wrong. But here we are with an amazing park. I look forward to making a lot of memories. I enrolled my son in soccer. He was supposed to be there today, but he had an asthma episode, so the doctor says no soccer, but we will be there. And nothing. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for that report. Commissioner's report. Anybody have a report? I think Commissioner Yanyo has something that she wants to talk about. Commissioner Yanyo, you have the floor.
Yeah, Florida 442. That's the Air Force Auxiliary Civil Air Patrol, Sweetwater Squadron.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very nice.
I put that, so I thank one for each one.
When is,
We got a proud city.
when is the next event?
We should have an event, now in Christmas, and also we're planning a car wash that I spoke to the mayor, so we can go to Fort Pierce. I'm gonna take the cadets, actually, Fort Pierce is the Navy SEALs, it's the biggest event they do once a year, November 8th. So we're looking forward to take all the cadets over there.
Well, I thank you for everything you do for our city, Commissioner Yanyo.
No problem, but this is
And,
something that.
and I believe it's what, is it 30 years of service with the United States Air Force, Civil Air Patrol? Is that accurate? Is it about 30 years of service now with the United States Air Force, Civil Air Patrol?
Yes, I started in 1995.
1995. What year were you born? Right.
Younger when you were born.
Any other commissioner need a report? No, I'm looking forward to Halloween. Mr. Mayor, the Veterans Day event, you didn't speak about that. You want to give us a brief on that, sir?
Thank you. We finally got the band. And you guys heard of a little band called Asia?
Never heard of them.
Okay. Asia is going to be the band that is going to be playing. We also have another little band that most people know, and that band is in blue. It's going to start. Ricky Valido is going to play again this year. And we have two gentlemen, Nestor Menez, and El Rojo. They're the ones that were singing with Chirino. Chirino was actually going to be coming with his daughters and playing, but he also got invited to the Grammys. The Grammys is the next day, and he'll be playing. He had to be there by the 10th to prepare and for the Latin Grammys, and I think it's in Vegas. So the event will be the 11/11. It's going to be this year from 4 to 9. It's going to be the same location. We're closing down 107th between Flagler and 4th Street. We're also we're trying to deal with the school board right now to try to get the park, the area of the parking lot. We want to grow it to put more of a little kids area, along with the food and stuff there too, and grow it somewhat. The idea is to constantly grow this event. I want to thank you for your support. This event will be similar to the way it was. We'll have some little changes, but I'll be informing you guys as we get it ready for the next, by the November meeting, we'll give a good, strong presentation on everything. I think that's pretty much it. The different vendors that will be taking place are pretty much in the sponsor, but will all come together. This event, also on the city side, basically it's going to be minimum because the United States Military Foundation is the one putting it together. So everything that is pleasing and making sure our patriotism as a city is important. And I wanted to give you guys some really good news. It is our understanding that the largest event in Florida for Veterans Day was us last year. We were it, and that event took place. And then this last week, it got ratified by a couple of people. It's not 100%, but these are the people that put the stages all over the United States, and they've asked around, and there was not a single event outside of Washington, D.C. that they say, meh, that was there with our event. So that says a lot about the city. It
Congrats
says
to
a
you.
lot about the people that are
Congrats to
here.
you.
And it says a lot about us and our patriotism. So that is actually very important to say and very proud to say. So we just got to keep growing.
Well done, sir.
Thank you.
City clerk's report. It's attached. City attorney.
Just briefly, I spent most of the month, or a good deal of the month actually, coordinating discovery among 5 or 6 different lawsuits that we have that are pending, coordinating them with the city clerk. We believe we've done everything correctly at this point, but I'll be checking with our defense counsel tomorrow to make sure they have everything that they need. And then, of course, the legal opinion on the McDaniels case took up a considerable amount of my time this month trying to figure out exactly where we stood, because it was essentially cutting-edge law. It's never, no one actually expected this to come down, and the ramifications were unknown at that time. Since then, the legal opinions have come down, I would say 90-10, and the 90% of the legal opinions that I've seen support my legal opinion. 10% say that the prohibitions that apply to concealed carry also extend to open carry. I don't see that at all. But that's essentially what was occupied most of my time on the city side for this month.
All right, Mr. Attorney, I'll be reaching out to you tomorrow. That way you can give me a synopsis on those cases that you're looking at, that you were discussing. We don't need to schedule a shade meeting for any of those, do we?
No, we don't. No, not at this stage. There is possibly a mediation that's going to be held towards the end of the month, but the way that mediations are held when they involve and only our insurance carrier will pay the sum, essentially. So there's no money coming out of the city. But the way the mediations are structured under in Florida, essentially if there's a settlement, it goes back to ratification by the city commission. So that's why at this stage I haven't bothered you with it. I will address it when the time comes. With regard to our conversation, Commissioner, I am solidly booked tomorrow morning, but my afternoon is clear. So if you want to call me sometime after 1:30 or 2, that'll be fine.
Great. I know that you're in constant communication with the mayor about any settlements or lawsuits, but I'll give you a buzz tomorrow just so I can get a brief synopsis.
Certainly, just so you and the rest of the commissioners and the mayor are aware, I will try to structure these settlements and push them where I think that they should go, but the ultimate decision really is the mayor's and the city commission. There's the Florida rules of ethics actually prevent me from settling the case without the client's consent. That's an ethical violation that the bar would take very seriously. So I have an idea of what everybody wants, essentially, because I've known all of you for years. So I have an idea of where these cases should go. And then once we're at the point where I think that the mayor and the commission need to make a decision at that point, then I bring it to you. And trust me, no case will be settled without it being discussed.
Oh, I'm aware of that. I appreciate you saying that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Attorney. Building and zoning report is attached. Police report is attached. Code compliance report is attached. Public works report is attached. Finance report. Okay. Community and elderly services report, doing a kick-ass job. Our PIO gets mad every time I say the word ass. Parks and Recreation report is attached. Unfinished business. New business. Go to the order. Adjournment.